where SF or with the Phantom Lancer just completely swarms you. I think we even saw that in, remember London Conspiracy versus EG? Like once the PL can outplay you using his Doppelwalk, like there's just too many options. And so compLexity, I mean,
and if there is no guaranteed kill, it's probably because LGD are sitting too far back and they're just missing out on a lot of CS.
Yeah, completely. And actually, they're going to go on Xiaoyi right now, and they might actually pick up this first blood, even with the stun by Yao. I don't think this is going to be enough, and this will be first blood for Moon Meanders. This Queen of Pain support is actually working out really well right now for compLexity.
Yeah, it certainly is. Swindamelon's trying to get aggressive on, maybe with the help of Fly. That Rocket Barrage damage is actually enough to force Swindamelon's back, so they will both limp themselves. Opportunity is there. It's obviously going to be difficult to find it. Zhao Wei is going to be found by Moon Meander, who actually snuck his way into the trees, but MMY is now here to try and help out the lead. A beautiful play from Moon Meander, who actually used the snowball in order to escape, but unfortunately with Yao there sitting on the side, managed to get the Fisher to stop the retreat of Moon.
That Shadow Wave actually dealt so much damage. He was in the middle of so many things. This Queen of Pain support, like if you get caught out of position at all, she does have enough damage to chase you down and kill you.
Phase Boots now picked up by Maybe, who is trying to stack up, but he's going to be caught here quite heavily. He lays out the call down, tries to pick up the Bounty Rune, does grab it, lays out a serious amount of damage to Swindamelon, stops that Flame Guard, which then takes away a large share of the damage. Swindamelon is in some serious trouble, will end up dying, and now with the Shallow Grave, even Ziz is going to be forced away. In fact, he's going to lose this man fight against Maybe. Oh, Z-Freak comes in, upsets that one in the end. Maybe does die, but it's a 2-for-1 trade-off with compLexity, rotating 4 different heroes up to the top rune.
And you just saw right there in a nutshell why Gyrocopter is such a valued pick. Like, he walks in with 200 HP by himself without even the Dazzle quite there yet, and he still manages to pick up.
Now looks like MMY is going to keep himself busy, but it's bottom lane where Z-Freak almost goes down, but a nice snowball save. Moon actually keeps his ally alive, but now he is definitely going to be run down here as the first Lance to slow him down. Swindamelon is coming in though, and LGD, knowing that, are going to play a little bit more passively. They start chasing Moon and will still be able to catch him out, so that kill is guaranteed for LGD. Rest of compLexity, even Ziz making his rotation over as the Clings just takes one of the creeps. Swindamelon grabs an invis, but oh no, he's in some serious trouble, just gets bursted down again. compLexity just caught out. And now the scoreboard 6-2 as LGD start taking some serious control over this game.
They were still okay because in CS, they were doing fine because that bottom lane still isn't very successful, but the amount of damage that maybe is just outputting with this Rocket Barrage combo.
Beautiful call down with the Fisher on top. Oh my god, they like want to defend that one, but they just had no setup whatsoever, and LGD pounced on the first sign of weakness there, especially with a call down revealing that tree's great heads up play from Maybe, who's now going to make sure that Ziz doesn't even get the opportunity to take that middle tier 1 tower or even bring it a little low. Immediately chases him away, and the rest of LGD take the bottom tower.
Yeah, I think that was just a little bit slow. Cannon. It looks like the attempt is going to go on Sylar here at top, where the glyph is going to get popped in. There are enough heroes, and they have to do this. They actually have to get this kill right now.
Doppelganger and moving to the side, but the real Sylar is still caught out, but it seems like they tried to go for the illusions, and Sylar walks away. They thought it was a fake, but they were targeted on the real one. Now Zhao Wei has already taken out the Queen of Pain. Moon Meander is stopped as well. That's going to be almost 3 down as Ziz managed to complete his TP just for the last half second. But tower goes down, 2 kills, force the Clinks back, and LGD just, but yeah, just quite the nice play from Sylar. That was a doppelganger illusion, right? The one. Yeah, they assumed it was a doppelganger illusion. Oh, Swindamelon is now going to be hit by the call down, slowed down, and stunned up long enough that he's not able to make a jump away. Moon Meander now dropping quite low as Yao was able to chain stun him up. Zhao Wei is locked in by his allies and will be taken out. Fly, of course, had to sack himself in order to get that kill on the Lina. LGD still pick up 2 and take control of this middle tower.
Yeah, and maybe playing that Gyrocopter, he's just doing so much damage right now. Nobody from compLexity can really stand up against the might of the Rocket Barrage, and right now it just seems like it's all LGD, as their early game control has been so strong this game. Their movement is 5. Deck smoke is they really need to kill out of this.
Oh, absolutely.
Trade at the worst.
Yeah, Snowball's going to come in. Maybe is instantly blown up. No, the Shallow Grave actually came in time. Maybe he's going to be saved here. The Shadow Strike will finish him off eventually, but he's still got enough damage to finish on 2, making a 3rd as Swindamelon goes down as well. Finally, they get the Ice Shards out from Moon Meander. Great play there, but it's still making only a small dent in the gigantic lead that LGD have now cooped themselves. clearing through their own jungle, making sure that's secured. Swindamelon's now going to be running into Zhao 8. Light Strike Array does land on the money, and the follow-up stuns are there as well. Meanwhile, Snowball getting laid into Sylar. They desperately need this kill, but the Shallow Grave is already there, and he's got a doppelganger up in 2 seconds, so he is completely fine. compLexity are forced to...
This is going to be LGD's cue to just head down and pretty much do whatever they want.
Zhao 8 has caught another one. Yule Scepter, and Ziz is done for. It's not even needing an Echo Slam.
The amount of damage that both of these guys have, and they've been working. But
it's going to take a while for that to pay out, and I'm not sure if compLexity can make the game go long enough that it works out. Yep, they picked him off. Fisher laid into a Blink Echo Slam, and once again, Swindamelons is unable to make the escape.
You're seeing the weakness of Ember 2 against the Phantom Lancer. If you notice, he gets his Flame Guard instantly purged, and then LGD is just on top of him instantly. Like, Yao throws the Fissure from range, and then he Echo Slams. It's a kill every single time, and without the Ember Spirit, I think even with the Ember Spirit, he's not even close to the Battle Fury. There's no way they can hold this right now. I think they actually just have to give it up and just allow the Clinks to try to split push, and he's going for this mid tower right now, but you're still doing it at the cost of a Rex.
Yeah, thanks to the double damage, he will be able to take it, but as you said, the Rex is pretty much forfeit. There's no way that compLexity are going to be able to defend it, it seems. Fly does have the Winter's Curse. Maybe they can try and catch somebody on the way out, especially with Swindamelons here now, but LGD actually just turned and fighting with Maybe. Now operating on that Invis Rune from his bottle. He's actually going to try and take this fight as they caught Swindamelons. Now try to burst him down. The Cold Embrace is there, but he does not have the Remnant jump away, so he will immediately die as Cold Embrace fades. They pick up another kill. Buyback out from Swindamelons as he comes back from the side, but he's going to be locked down again. It's tieback now for our carry on compLexity. 4 down, and all we're left with a Tusk, and immediate GG is the call from compLexity as 27-4 LGD are now 3-0 in the group stage.
And what a dominant performance from them. The laning phase, you know, it could have gone a little bit better, but you can't really fault them for anything past that. Their team play was absolutely phenomenal. They never let the split push develop at all. Anytime their lanes were being pushed in, Austin, they just immediately backed off, reset, and they didn't just reset, they went for the kill. Like, they TP'd 2 heroes. So, Tidehunter, okay. This is definitely meant to be the 5-man lineup.
Yeah, this is
all 5-man lineup.
This feels like compLexity through and through, but the pickup that I mentioned earlier, for once I get to have some draft.
But as soon as both those heroes come back, he just has to play the high ground. Like, look at this.
Yep, they immediately jump onto him, toss him back for that extra bit of right-click damage, which they will get. They actually do a good amount of burst damage to MMY, dropping down to about 40 HP. Swindamelons, though, blocked out by that said Fissure from Fly, means that Swindle is now going to die because of it. He actually gives away the first blood to Maybe, as he just had to run down river, and obviously Maybe, especially with the boots at first advantage, was going to be able to just run him down.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about, Cap. It's that if you're caught in that type of position and you're not on the high ground, as soon as they want to experience is really good because he absolutely needs it. And Zhao 8 does need some levels. I would have actually kind of liked to see him in this top lane, but considering it is a dual lane at bottom, I think this is just fine. But
Swindamelon's been caught. He tried to hide himself in the trees, but they actually ran him down, and now with Yao joining the party, they will be able to get that 1 kill. At the same time, the double damage Z-Freak, not enough to finish off MMY. He barely lives. And Z-Freak, if he's not careful, he'll dive to the toss. Gets the heal off just in time, though. And LGD walk away. Just 1 kill, Richer, but it was an important one, the Dragonite.
And this is one of those dual lanes where, like, it gets a surprising amount of kills. I think it was once Jaw that once told me, he's like, if you know what a combination, just don't worry, don't freak out about it. But LGD, if I'm giving advice to LGD, keep up the pressure non-stop. Yeah,
that's exactly what they're doing here in this middle lane, but they may be caught because of it. Swindamelons is still going to go down as Yao actually gives the snowball effort to be able to finish off the Dragonite. Now Moonmeander's stuck in a very bad position. He gets the Shallow Grave, but they're just going to run him down until they can toss him up in the air, or the Tusk. And perfectly timed by Maybe, managing to finish him up the Tidehunter as he runs himself away. The Ice Shards out from our Tusk, but a good Fissure separating both Maybe and MMY. Z-Freak actually ran backwards. Now he's going to be caught by Maybe because of that double kill from Maybe. LGD just running rickshaw all over compLexity in this game too.
Maybe is actually so good at the timing.
It does drop because while they were farming that one, Swindamelons has been slowly chipping away with his ultimate. Swindamelons gets caught by the snowball. Yao Turned around by the Fisher. They're actually going to come in with the relocate play here. Ravage goes off immediately in order to stun these two up. Do they actually have the AoE disabled? Doesn't look like it. Both Moonmeander and the Earthshaker end up going down. Swindlemelons is now trying to run himself away from Sylar as he joins the party. Z-Freak trying to be the target. Oh, they actually relocates back the Tiny. Swindlemelons does still get caught by Yao and will end up going down as he can't even run himself away. Ziz did TP in, but once again, Clinks can't really do anything in the first to fight and try and get more hero pickoffs. Moonmeander's not going to be getting a Blink Dagger anytime soon. In fact, he's going to be dying to Sylar now as he uses that gigantic movement speed increase between Unstable Current and Phase Boots to just run down the Tidehunter. And perhaps, yeah, it's going to get a free kill on Fly as well. Blocking him out, Relocate's going to come in to make sure there is no escape for Fly. But there wasn't anyway.
Yeah, there's so much gold going the way right now of LGD. Complete map control. It just feels like they're everywhere once.
Z-Freak, full HP, goes for the Shallow Grave, but that just means maybe says, fine, I'll go for Swindlemelons instead. Brings him low enough that Yao is able to grab the kill.
Yeah, now it's 13-1, and that one death being that suicide to the ancient creep, or to the neutral creeps on the Wisp, and it doesn't even matter as Sylar is beginning to push out this tower by himself. It actually looks like they're a little bit out of time. They probably just weren't communicating that at all, because there's no need to at that point.
Maybe, yeah, they toss in the toss, go for Z-Freak in the background, and Walrus Punch snowballing up. He couldn't even get off the Shallow Grave. This is why Z-Freak full HP Shallow Grave last time. Now the Ravage are going to be able to catch both of the LGD members on their way out, but a really good Ice Blast is going to make sure that Moonmeander pays the ultimate price. And now with Sylar just diving into these tier 2 towers, they're willing to fight compLexity full on. Fly managed to get a really good Fisher there. Ziz is also trying to fight up against the rest of LGD, but they're sailing healthy enough that they even get kills underneath the tier 2 tower. Now Swindlemelons comes in, trying to finish off Yao, but it's still not enough damage. As Shallow Grave comes out, Swindlemelon turns to fight. He knows he's dead, and he's just trying to get whatever kills he can, but there's just none to be had. Ultra kill for maybe beyond godlike LGD, now going for a relocate back to base, because why the hell not?
And he's so farmed now. He's got draw Moonmeander, so this could be the fight where they turn things around.
Yeah, but yeah, he had an Invis rune, and if they get a really good Ice Blast, it may not matter. In fact, they're going to go for Z-Freak in the background, trying to get the double snowball, manages to stun up Z-Freak, but he didn't get hit by the Ice Blast, so he won't immediately shatter. In fact, he's able to Shallow Grave and get back to the base, but yeah, our Earthshaker is not quite so lucky. He's going to be going down. Moonmeander as well as Ziz are going to be running through the jungle to safety. Maybe going to be able to get the kill on Zhao 8. Could be there. Oh my god, they actually ravaged for it.
Yeah,
that's heavy commitment, but maybe that's just what they have to do in order to get themselves on the scoreboard.
A kill is a kill at this point for them. Like, it doesn't really matter what you have to commit. Like, getting the
objectives, which is exactly what they're doing for this middle tier 2. Now the relocate up to the top lane. They're going to go for Swindlemelons. Fly is sitting on the side though, ready to go with the Fisher. Swindlemelons has already been hit by the combination and is going to be brought down with a couple more right clicks. Ziz comes in, trying to threaten MMY, brings him quite low, needs another shot. MMY comes back for the relocate out, he gets it! Is able to get away. Yao in the meantime, oh my goodness, they even got the dazzle. This is just disastrous for compLexity.
Yeah, this is an absolute shellacking.
The only kill they got was a solo Ravage on an Ancient Apparition.
You know, but if they hadn't done that, I actually think he would have survived.
Or at the very least, he would have survived long enough.
A trade is usually good when you're behind, but not when you're this far behind. You have to get something out of this.
compLexity go for the Roshan Pit. That's not there. They do manage to get the jump here on Yao, so they'll chain stun him down. The relocate, they're actually still going to fight this one with 2 Ice Blasts on the side. Fly actually tries to lock down the heroes with the Echo Slam, immediately going for MMY, who will end up dying. And now maybe is very quickly running himself away, actually turns around to go back for Moonmeander and brings him low enough that perhaps Sylar is the one to be able to get the kill. Sylar just mans up against Swindlemelons, already taking away his damage. Ziz doesn't have the attack speed to threaten Sylar, so he's immediately cleaned up by the Tiny as well. Zhao 8 now pushing forward as a support. Doesn't really care. Maybe a living missile for the Tiny. No, he blinks forward in order to toss the Dragonite bat. Gets that kill. Now going for Z-Freak as well. Maybe he's got another toss up in 2 seconds. Can he actually stop this TP away? He does indeed. He's still got a stun as well. He can blink forward and try and go for Fly in order to wipe compLexity. As the Ice Blast comes in, Fly is able to dodge it, but a toss in, Fly right in front of the fountain, and he's being threatened by LGD under the 20-minute marker. Now here comes the TPs forward. Swindlemelons trying to get in range of a stun, but LGD are actually going to leave the base completely unharmed. 2 is going to be just as one-sided as they're now taking this tier 3 tower, now going for the melee racks at bottom lane, and no fight from compLexity just yet. They take the tier 2 tower in top lane. The Klings does have that Desolator, so he can't actually threaten buildings. Actually, Moonmeander comes forward, Force Staffs, as well as Blink gets a decent Ravage, but there's just no follow-up whatsoever to it. Sylar, as well as Maybe, are now back up to full HP immediately, and compLexity now have no more offense left. In fact, they're going to lose their most offensive hero, Z-Freak, who gets hit by the Ice Blast, is just left to die.
Yeah, and with the racks taking
Ghost Scepter, so there's a response from him, and now the Klings is immediately going to be targeted by both Yao as well as the Ice Blast out from the Ancient Apparition. Ziz does get some distance, but a toss forward. Yao will be able to snowball him as well. Ziz locked in the corner. Maybe he's going to be able to finish him off with a couple of stuns, and now Maybe moves on to the next target. Swinamones takes a couple of swipes there. Moonmeander moves forward. Between the double damage reduction of both the Breathe Fire as well as the Smash, Tiny's not doing too much. Fly barely able to stay ahead of Sylar there as our Dragonite does a nice little loop-de-loop in the middle of the air, but maybe going down as the Ice Shards are going to block out his exit to the fountain. He will fall, and so too does Moonmeander. As Sylar, last couple right clicks. Oh no, the Fissure comes in. Finally, the Plasma Field to finish him off. 3 heroes go down right in front of the fountain, and LGD back up after taking a second later Brax.
Yeah, they're just looking so dominant while doing so. Maybe just continues to pretty much go in wherever he wants, picking up kills left and right. And
there's no optimistic way to play this one. It is impossible for compLexity to win unless there's some sort of freak lightning storm that somehow kills LGD all in real life, and that doesn't seem to be happening. So
don't actually, that's not even.
Don't doubt compLexity's comeback. Is that what you're saying?
No.
Oh, what an Echo Slam!
No.
That was okay. All right, Fly's gonna at least get something out of this one. They pick up 1 kill. That's the Tusk.
There's a rapier on their Wisp. He sold everything to buy a rapier.
Oh, look at that. MMY. He's thinking of the viewers, man. He's thinking of the viewers. People are going to get those extra items for the Divine Rapier buy. So LGD will now finish out this game with the Tiny clubbing away at the tier 4s and eventually the throne.
MMY is just planting random wards on the ground now too. They recognized that this game was over a while ago. There's just so much pressure on the map at once by LGD, and I mean, if you're compLexity, you're going to be a little disappointed with, especially with how this game went.
Yeah, compLexity though, to end on perhaps a lighter note, they did. What did they do in their game versus MVP? Did they go 1-1 or 2-0?
They're 2-0, so they're still 2-2. So
yeah, they still have a perfectly fine standing in the group stage. Just obviously being trounced by LGD doesn't feel great. But if they're able to shake this off and move forward, perhaps.